Oop. Hey guys, thank you guys for being here. I'm gonna do my video on or off screen today or off camera, okay, for this video, guys, if you guys don't mind. Thank y'all for coming back though. We have a few topics that we want to run through and then we're gonna get out of here. This is not a very long video like the last one because y'all know I get to talking, honey, and I lose track of time. But thank y'all for coming back. I see you guys all pouring in. Thank you guys for being here. I see you, Rose. My top flight is in the building. Thank you for being here and everyone else here. Of course, everything said in the video is alleged and, in my opinion, and is used for fair use and entertainment. All right, let's jump on into this tea, honey. All right, one of my favorite R&B artists took the time to speak out about a lot of comments and negative things that was said about her. Most recently, she obviously looked like she's lost a lot of weight. Brandy, at one point, she was kind of chunky. Okay. And then she lost a huge dramatic amount of weight in a very, very short time. And a lot of people was being very critical of Brandy, saying a lot of negative things about Brandy. But y'all remember the same thing happened with Chadwick Boseman, where he was literally behind the scenes in private dealing with cancer, and no one knew about it until he actually died. Like, he kept that a secret. His inside circle knew, but no one outside knew. And people were just like making fun of him, saying negative things about him. But the same could be going on with Brandy. She's dealing with something private, obviously, because she chose to speak out about it after seeing all the negative comments and messages about her on social media. So Brandy shares a powerful message after facing criticism of her appearance. So she was seen out at Essence Festival and some other places that she had to perform, and she was wearing like this braided wig. Okay. And she definitely looked, she was visibly like smaller, way smaller, like kind of like a skeleton, type look. So usually when people are really, small like that, people become very concerned. But let's get into what Brandy had to say, honey, because she did speak about it. So Brandy says, "Hey, beauty, perhaps we've been looking for it in all the wrong places, in youth, in perfection, in approval, in bodies that never change, and faces that never age. But life was never meant to leave us untouched. It shapes us, it humbles us, it refines us. Every season leaves a signature upon us." She says, "And maybe that's where beauty has all been all along." She says, "Not in escaping change, but in becoming through it." She said, "I've learned that it takes only a moment to form an opinion about someone's appearance and a lifetime to understand what they've lived through. So she says that, so may we become gentler with one another, not because everyone is fragile, but because everyone is carrying a story we cannot see." So when I read that, my mind took me back to when Chadwick Boseman, who passed away from cancer, and he was like in his final stages and was still doing movies, even when he was filming Black Panther. A lot of people didn't know that he was sick then. He was like literally having to take long breaks in between scenes because he was so I guess tired and not feeling well, but he was pushing himself to finish this movie because he was so passionate about it. But all this time, people were seeing him out in public, was like, what the hell is going on with Chadwick Boseman, and talking about how small he was, and the whole time he was battling a sickness where he was dying and we didn't even know it. So the same could be going on with Brandy. We don't know. She's not spoken about if she was sick. But she said that, hey, she may be carrying something that other people cannot see. She may be dealing with something that, we cannot see. She is a public figure. Her job is to entertain us. So I feel like she's done that. I saw quite a few videos of her at Essence Festival. She sang down. I mean, you can't even tell. Whatever she's dealing with, you can't tell she's dealing with it because she sound great. She sang down, like sang her face off. So she is still, y'all know she just came off the Brandy Monica tour. She definitely looks way smaller than she did on the Brandy Monica tour. So we don't know what she's dealing with. So prayers up for Brandy. Sometimes we have to not be as judgmental and understand that someone may be really dealing with something that we don't know about. And then we speak on it. It, could really make a person feel a certain type of way or add to the stress that they're dealing with. She goes on to say that our words have weight, our judgment have weight, our kindness does too. The world will always be tempted to measure people by what is visible, but love has never looked only at the surface. She said, love sees the whole person. I've stopped trying to earn my reflection. I've stopped asking the mirror to tell me who I am. I know who I am, and that knowledge that has given me a freedom of no opinion could ever take away. She said, if this post leaves you with anything, I hope it's this. Before you speak about someone's body, before you speak about someone's face, before you decide who they are by what you see, remember that you are looking at someone's child. She said, someone's friend, someone's dream, someone's life, a soul. And souls have always been more beautiful than surface. Love, Brand. I love that. Okay. See, that's a lesson, honey. She said she don't really give a hot damn about what people say. That's a beautiful picture of her right there, too. Right? But she is definitely dealing with something. Of course, she's not going to come out and say, oh, I'm sick with cancer, if that's what it is. We're not saying she is, but, you know, let's go back to this is how she did look, and this is how she looks now. You can visibly see she did lose quite a bit of weight. You can see it in her face, right? Still a beautiful girl, but you can definitely see a huge drastic change within a couple months or so time, because she literally just got off tour. All right. This is the Brandy I'm used to seeing, but again, no judgment. She is definitely dealing with something behind the scenes. These are great pictures of her. So prayers up, whatever it is. Sometimes you don't need to know what's going on with a person, just pray, right? People like, tell me what's going on with you so I know what to pray for. You don't need to know what's going on. Just say a prayer, whatever it is that God can make it better, right? So let's move along. Give me 1 second, y'all. My son down here on this game. Hold on. All right, I'm back, guys. Had to be in mama mode. All right, so let's get into I got a couple things about Nolan. I hope you guys aren't tired of hearing about Nolan, guys. So much every day, every couple seconds or so, something new has been uploaded. So I want to share that with you guys. So Nolan Wells' dad, you guys, slams his son's friend's explanation that he chose to stay behind on Horn Island. He said that you can give all the excuses that you want, but you do not leave someone else's child anywhere. All right. We kind of shared this a little bit on yesterday, but let's go ahead and share what they have here. Shout out to the neighborhood talk. Okay. They are upset that they feel that friends are lying about Nolan choosing to stay behind. I don't feel like he stayed behind either. We just showed you guys in my earlier video that his friend Jay Bond says that Nolan was not left behind. He was actually on a boat that was attached to another boat that had some type of malfunction going on, and they were headed back to the shore of some sort, all right, or headed back to wherever they needed to go. But Nolan was on a boat with quite a few other people. So where he went from being on the boat to being found laying in the damn woods or something like that is beyond me. But let's
you make of the explanation that it was because of a pump malfunction that they left.
Nolan would have got on the boat. I would have not left him there. If you come with me, you're going to leave with me, because if anything happens to you and I was the one that brought you there, then I would be the one to have to answer to your parents. So I'm not going to leave anyone's child anywhere if I took them somewhere. Now, if they make the decision to go back after I bring them home, then that's a decision that child made then. But as far as me taking you there, you will come back with me. And if you put up any kind of struggle, give me a phone, let me call your parents so they can make you come. But I will not leave anyone else's child on an island. I will not leave anyone else's child stranded. You can give all the excuses you want, but you do not leave someone else's child anywhere.
What do you make of the explanation?
Okay. Y'all heard that? That's Nolan. That's the friends. Okay. His mom is so pretty. I hate this for them, man. Every time I see her, it's like, wow. So the mom says that I want to thank our family, friends, community, United Cajun Navy, local law enforcement, and everyone involved for all of the love, support, resources over the last few days. His father, our family, friends, and I are absolutely devastated. My heart broken for my sweet son, who was always willing to cheer and uplift others. Nolan was a special soul. God took his time creating our son. I ask that you please give me and my family some time to grieve, okay? That's what mom had to say. And that's the last known picture that's the last picture that he actually took on July 4th with the friends that invited him there that are definitely suspects in this case of Nolan's disappearance. Okay.
What do you make of the?
All right. This says that no one in our family is trying in any way to impede with the investigation by law enforcement or to otherwise hamper the family and law enforcement quest for answers. Said that Warren was interviewed by the Jackson County Sheriff's Department and cooperated fully. He saw Nolan just around 3 p.m. on July 4th. That they left around 4:30 p.m. when the boat was taken on water, and they had an issue with the blige pump. Said that Nolan made a decision to stay on the island and return inland later, and another group of friends. Now, this is what one of the boys' mom, who is a judge, this is what she had to say. We covered that already for those of you that are just joining this video. Okay, all right. So let's continue on. Shout out to Byron Allen for his huge donation towards the GoFundMe for Nolan Wells and his family. Okay, you know, there's a GoFundMe. I already shared that with you guys. But billionaire Byron Allen, who now is said to be the largest donator for the GoFundMe, has donated $100,000 to Nolan Wells and the GoFundMe. Okay, so shout out to Byron for that. Okay, of course we know that will be a nice tax write-off, but still that was very generous, a very generous donation for him to do so, because of course, you know, Tyler Perry is going to pay for the funeral, so I'm pretty sure they're going to put him away very nice, horse and carriage and all of that, I'm sure, and so many other things, just so you know that will help the family to probably be able to take some time away to grieve properly and not have to worry about having to rush back to work, and you know, just things like that, so they can stay at home and kind of get themselves together. Because when you lose a child, it's not easy. Not that I've ever lost a child, but when you lose someone that close, especially a child, you want to kind of be able to grieve properly and don't feel rushed to go back to work, and you're sitting at your desk and you're crying because you didn't take enough time off. You know, there's grief counseling, all of that this family will have to probably deal with. And it'd be great to have you know, $100,000 that you know that that's sitting somewhere that you can use to your disposal to pay this or pay that or take care of this and take care of that, you know. So great for them. Shout out to Byron though on that. We don't really need to read all of that because that's just explaining everything we already know about this case. So again, shout out to Byron Allen. There is some type of protest that I ran across for Nolan. So we're going to look at that. They're saying justice for Nolan. Shout out to Tiffany Thompson, because that's where I saw it as I was scrolling. I've been all over the internet, child, trying to see what new updates they're dropping, what new conversations I could run across. Because I told y'all I'm on their ass, honey. So, but let's get into it. This looks like some type of march or something, a protest or whatever that they're having for Nolan Wells. It says Justin for Nolan. Let's get into it. Okay, we'll take it. We'll take it. So that was for Nolan Wells. For those of you that didn't get to see it, okay, we'll play it one more time. Okay, so that's a little protest, little march they had for him. So shout out to him for that. Okay. All right, so let's get into the next piece of evidence, because that damn judge still talking, y'all. I told y'all in my last video she was saying she's getting death threats. So now she's starting to post these threats because she wants people to feel sorry for her, when I'm sorry. All of my sympathy is going towards Nolan and his family. I don't feel anything for this judge and her kids, her 6 kids. I really don't. My focus and attention and prayers and sympathy, all of that's going towards Nolan. I have no more to give. Sorry. Okay. But I saw this. I ran across this from E. Brian Rose on Facebook. It says that Chancery Court Judge Ashley Cole says her family has received graphic death threats after the death of Nolan Wells drew national attention. Well, you had to know that shit was going to happen. I told you I didn't think that they didn't think that this case was going to blow up and get this much media attention to where celebrities and very high powered people are getting involved in trying to find out what happened to Nolan. Like, baby, they are on their asses. So this is what she posted where she says that this was the threat that was sent to her. She's saying that the threat that was sent to her says that there will be a package coming to you guys office in the next few days. It's going to blow you away when you see it. LOL. Probably best to have the boys there to see it as well. Blood, so much blood everywhere. Wow. This looks like something that was made up. I'm sorry. Like, who the fuck sent this? And the way technology is, if they send it by way of email or social media or something like that, it can definitely be tracked down by, you know, all they need is the you know, email address that it was sent from, or they have like the cyber, you know, people with cyber specialists that can go in and see where different emails or different messages are coming from, what, you know, destination is coming from. So this is the message that she posted, that she said she recently received, that someone was threatening to tell her they want to send a package to her office to blow up her office. Do you guys believe that, or y'all feel like something was made up? Y'all let me know. Let's get into Ken. Ken has, I told you guys a while back that Ken was dating this girl. All right, so let me show y'all who the girl is before we get into Ken. All right. Yeah. All right, so this is the girl. Her name is Ratoria. She is from Atlanta. Okay. But he's not dating her anymore. So Ken has now professed that he is single again. This is the girl, Ratoria. Ratoria is her name. She is from Atlanta. Okay. Supposed to have like her own business or something like that. But Ken was said to be seeing this girl. All right. So let's go back. Of course, y'all know that's Ken from Love Marriage Huntsville. He's putting his thirst pictures back out there, child. All right, this is a new picture that he just uploaded. So he's letting the ladies know he is now single again. This is what Ken had to say about 6 hours ago. He says, when you become single after a certain age, being alone stops feeling lonely and starts feeling more like freedom. Sleep doesn't breathe different, etc. It's a really cool space. So he is, I guess, announcing that he is single again. After he had already announced that he had found this girl that was the one. He was happy after he and Trish broke up this past January. He very quickly jumped into this relationship with this girl, Ratoria. Let's put a picture back on her. That's her. Again, she is from Atlanta. She does have like her own business. She does her own thing. But for some odd reason, she and Ken obviously did not make it. Maybe she saw through his bullshit and she decided not to fuck with him no more. I told you guys too that Ken used to be married for barely a year, and the girl, well, he filed for divorce. Okay, he filed for divorce, not the girl, but Ken filed for divorce. He was married for like barely a year. And yeah, so after that, I want to say a year or two after that is when he moved in with the girl that he was living with prior to getting with Trish. Okay, and that situation didn't work because she threw his ass out, and then he started seeing Trish on social media, and then he moved in with her. So he's notorious for moving in with women. He's notorious for moving in with women. But this is the girl. I told you I had a picture of her. But this is her. Her name is Ratoria, and this is who he used to date. And they barely dated, what, 3 months? And that shit went kaboom real fast. So I don't know what the hell happened. Of course, y'all know this is him and Trish, okay, when they were in happier times before he turned into Ike Turner on her, okay? But this is a message like a month or so, probably not even a month ago, where, and shout out to Reality T recap on that one, where Trish, she made a post on her, I think it was Instagram and her Facebook, where she was in the car waiting on her daughter to come outside of somewhere, and she was singing a song that was in the car. And somebody asked her, girl, like, are you singing to Ken? Who is that song to, Ken? And they said, is this for Ken? And then she came down here at Reality Recap. She responded to her because she added her, says, absolutely not, gorgeous. Actually, hell no, right? And then she put the weird faces like, hell no, I ain't singing to that nigga. So y'all know they had a very, very bad breakup in this past July. But yeah, she made it very clear, hell no, I'm not singing to that nigga. But like I told y'all, very shortly after she and Ken broke up, he started dating this girl, Ratoria, and now Ratoria done kicked his ass to the curb. But what do y'all think about that? So Ken ain't got no woman no more. He's single again. I think it's you, Ken. Sorry, okay? I really think it's you. I think it's you. I think you giving fuck nigga vibes and these women seeing through your bullshit, right? And just like Martell Holt, he's more so focused on his body, his image, versus working on him on the inside. And I feel like that's the same issue with Martell. I played y'all the video the other day where Martell said, I can't stop going to the gym because I'm going to start looking pudgy or fat. But on the inside, you whole fuck nigga and destroyed on the inside. Like, you really need to work on the inside. He won't go to counseling to work on the inside, but the nigga will go to the gym and will lift weights all damn day for hours at a time. Whole time your insides are just rotten to the core. And you find people that's like that. Ken is the same way. Ken, you got an attitude problem. You think you the shit like that. You a fucking narc, right? And you will go to the gym and work out, but you will not work on yourself inside. And that's a problem. You got men out there that's like that. But what do you guys think about that? Okay, y'all. But that's the girl, Ratoria. I told you guys I had the picture, so I finally had to go ahead and show y'all now. The kid that made that post saying that he is now single again after barely 3 months of dating. Lord. All right, so let's get into the next topic. Y'all say, ew. I know, I almost threw up too. Oh my God, I didn't mean to gross y'all out. Let's move on. Let's get into this clip with Marie Monroe, honey, telling folk to stay up out her damn business, okay? The new chick, I cannot take her. She'd be in everybody's damn business and then have her whole mother-in-law over there cussing her out while her husband sit there and don't say a damn thing to her. Kari, okay? Ain't that her name, Kari? Kari be all up in everybody's business, telling everybody business, but Marie had to let her ass know in this clip, stay the hell out of my business, girl, okay? Let's get into it. Let's go. Shout out to On TV.
I wasn't even there. Why y'all even questioning me about my business? Where is y'all business? How's it going? When we all met at Taste, I felt like y'all was quizzing me, questioning me about my previous location that, I decided to close at the last minute because, the increase in rent. Well, it came to me that the reason why that I was questioned was because it was said that I was closed down.
What you mean? Don't you have a different LLC for every business, or they're all under the same?
No, I don't have an LLC. I have an incorporation. Our companies are incorporations.
So, are they all under the same umbrella?
I'm sick and tired.
Girl, why do you need to know? Damn, she asking a lot of questions. Is this fucking interview?
Of Carrie.
Ooh.
Digging and prying in my personal business and in my business. Girl, what's going on in your business?
But is he still married?
I don't want to get off into his personal business.
No, that don't hunt.
Karen gave us some tea on you, honey.
Yeah.
Karen, you always in my business. Stay out of my business and worry about what you have going over there at Brick and Spoon.
Not Brick and Spoon. Yeah, I cannot stand a nosy heifer that just want to be all up in everybody else's business, but never want to tell their own. Carrie sit on her business and she get around the girls and be mute. And then when they be asking her stuff about her, so she don't want to talk about her, but she be all in everybody else's business, running around telling Marie's business, running around telling everybody's business, Latrice's business, everybody's shit. But then be sitting there looking all crazy when somebody asks her something about hers. Whole time your mother-in-law can't even stand your ass. You won't talk about that though, all right? While she cussing you out and carrying on TV, and your ass sitting there looking crazy. But Carrie works my nerves to the limit, girl. Maybe that's who Marie was talking about when she did that interview the other day with No Chaser TV, that they need to figure out getting somebody else in there, that they need some new bells because the one that they have now ain't working. She said it's two of them that definitely need to go. And I said it's gotta be Tambra and that damn Carrie, because they ain't bringing a hot damn thing to the mother freaking show. So shout out to Marie Monroe. How can you not like Marie with her country accent? She needs to stay out of my business. Okay, they so country. I love it. But shout out to Marie. Let's move on, child. All right, so let's get into this Heart and Hustle clip that came out, you guys. Heart and Hustle is coming on tonight, 8/7 Central. All right, let's get into it. And if you guys want to see and catch up on the clips for Heart and Hustle, they do have a fan page, Heart and Hustle Houston fan page. If you guys go over there, they have every single clip. All right, because I'm so far behind, and you guys forgive me. I am trying to play catch up. All right. Because I have not talked about Heart and Hustle now in like a good week. Has it been a week? I think it's been a week. So do not be mad at me. So let me go ahead and get a Heart and Hustle clip in at least. So this is what's going to happen on the new Heart and Hustle, new episode of Heart and Hustle Houston, which comes on tonight. Let's get into it. Let's go.
You think everybody happily married?
Do I think everybody's happy married in our group? No.
I feel like a married sex life should be spunky, funky, and nasty. And these ladies, they don't have it. I don't even think they like their husbands.
Labrina and Will.
Why you think that?
She said don't be having. She said don't be having sex. To me, that's like you don't really like him. Not having sex is a red flag. That is a very big red flag. And she's a beautiful woman. He's a handsome guy. You know? Well,
the shade.
I truthfully don't know what type of sex life married couples should have. I've watched some YouTube videos where some of these couples say they doing it all day, every day. My cousin told me she just out here on special occasions and holidays with her husband. I said, what the hell?
you think everybody happily married?
Do I think everybody's happily married in our group? No.
I feel like
Sorry, Chloe, but you might be the last person who need to be asking about anybody's relationship when you got a whole fuck nigga over there cheating on you. I mean, sorry, I had to go there on you. You don't need to be talking to nobody. When your nigga out here giving out keys to his thought monsters to be popping up whenever the hell they want to, all right? And you dating this little young ninja that disrespects you every chance he get, okay? And you got to run over there and holler and crying to his mama why he go cheat with the next bitch. You probably the last person you be asking about relationships, but let's keep going.
a married sex life should be spunky, funky, and nasty. And these ladies, they don't have it. I don't even think they like their husbands.
Labrina and Will.
Why you think that?
She said don't be having. She said don't be having sex.
To me, that's like you don't really like him.
Not having sex is a red.
How you married and you don't be intimate with your spouse? Like, what kind of shit is that? And I don't be understanding, and not to be too gross or nothing, but I don't be understanding women who have significant others, husbands, and men who live with them. You sleep beside this person every night, and you don't get no urge to like climb over there and like Mr. Say, honey, do your business, climb on top of me and do my business, where the damn belts be knocking on the headboard like on Color Purple. Like, damn, you get no urge. You got some women that literally, like, say once a month they sleep with their spouse. Like, what the hell is that? Y'all definitely need to be in some type of counseling. Let's keep going.
Red flag.
Ooh.
That is a very big red flag.
And she's a beautiful woman. He's a handsome guy. You know?
Well,
I truthfully don't know what type of sex life married couples should have. I've watched some YouTube videos where some of these couples say they doing it all day, every day. My cousin told me she just out here on special occasions and holidays with her husband. I said,
girl, and it ain't even a holiday in every month. So that means you skipping months out here, right? I mean, damn.
what the hell?
you think everybody happily married?
Do I think everybody's happily married in our group? No.
I feel like a married sex life should be spunky, funky, and nasty.
I agree, but Chloe, I can't receive that from you, baby, because you got some issues going on in your relationship. Because yeah, I can't. All right, spare me, people. One, if you're not married, don't give me marital advice, and if your relationship is fucked up, do not give me relationship advice. I'm just saying. If your nigga running around cheating on you and giving out keys, please shut the hell up. All right. But anywho, Heart and Hustle will be on tonight. All right. New episode on tonight. Let me see what else they're sharing on here. Did they share something else? Oh, let's share this one. Next time on Heart and Hustle. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and look at this one. Season 2, episode 3.
Next time on Heart and Hustle Houston.
Where's Chachi?
You asked where Chachi was.
Where is she?
She gonna try to make it another time.
When we are together with Sophia, it's not bad. But when we are just us, I think that's where problems come in at. So the way we got to figure out, I feel like we just got to do therapy some type of way.
How is Chloe the one that got all the information about everybody?
She just a bone collector.
So what is the issue?
How you go back and say that's the issue.
I take up for all y'all, for real.
I don't need you to take up for me if you're gonna be messy about me.
I guess she told you, child. All right. Ask yourself, girl, did I get told off? And I got to tell you, yeah. So as you guys can see, we're actually on the Heart and Hustle fan page. So if you guys are not caught up, because my ass is behind too, and you guys see all the clips here. And when I review, this is where I go to review the show with you guys so that you guys can see the visual, meaning the clip. So you got to go right here, click on them, honey, and it will catch you up on what is going on. All right. For the episodes that you may have missed. All right. We're right here on the website. So it's Heart and Hustle. Let's go back up so y'all can see it. Heart and Hustle Houston _ fan page. All right. If you want to go ahead and catch on up for this show. All right. But that's all I have for this video, you guys, because this was a quick poppy and I hope you guys enjoyed. All right. Got your laugh on. Okay, and if you missed the last video, okay, because we had a good time on that one too, go and check that one out as well, so that we can get the likes up and get the views up on that one. Okay, I'm gonna have to see how the weather holds up, because we've been having off and on thunderstorms here. If we have some more viral news or hot news or something like that, of course I know I will pop in and give y'all that. But if not, I will see you guys tomorrow. If you guys are going out tonight, please be safe. Get a designated driver if you're going to be drinking. Have a great time. And until the next one, I will see you guys later. Thank you guys so much to my Top Flight mods. Thank y'all for doing an awesome job. Thank you to all the content creators that joined this live as well, and all my Caramelians in the chat as well as in the bushes. We almost have 200 watching. Thank you guys. All right. So we're going to get on out of here until the next one. We'll see you guys later. Love you guys down. Bye.